Oh man, Chojin Sentai Jetman. Such a good series. Surprising that it got a sequel though, in the form of a manga. Now, just as a fair warning, don't proceed with the rest of this video if you haven't either seen this video here, where I review the series, or if you haven't seen the actual series, as this video is going to be very, very spoilery for what happens at the end of Jetman. So, with that warning out of the way, let's get into what actually happened at the end of Jetman in order to frame this story. Okay, to quickly summarize, on the Vyram side, Maria was eventually revealed to have actually been Ryotendo's believed dead girlfriend, Rie. And then she died. And then her robot lover, Gray, died. But then there was also Tran, the little kid, who got so upset at being treated like a little kid that he got so angry that he grew up into an adult, Tranza. And then Radiguet left him in a mental institution. And then Radiguet was the only one left to fight the Jetman team. And he got offed. Jerk. Meanwhile, over on the Jetman team, we got Yellow Owl and Blue Swallow, who really just kind of moved on with their life. Not too important to the overall plot to this manga. Ryu and Kaori ended up getting married, and Guy ended up getting stabbed by a mugger and died at his friend's wedding. Bummer. But with that out of the way, that's pretty much a summary of where all the characters are at the end of the series. So let's get into the manga then. The manga, Jetman Time Flies, takes place 2 or 3 years after the proper end of the series. And now Ryu and Kaori have a kid, Aya. Radiguet has been sticking around in a spirit form and has finally infiltrated the catatonic body of Tranza, thus reviving himself and begins attacking the Earth anew. Then Ryu and 2 of the other surviving Jetman team go into battle against Radiguet. Radiguet traps Ryu in some weird time-space thing, and Ryu manages to defeat him, but Radiguet manages to survive, ends up kidnapping his daughter, and brainwashing her and turning her into a subordinate / daughter, Rumi. Ruma? I think it's Ruma, actually. But anyway, on the Jetman side, they get a new 5th member, who's technically a 6th, because, well, we know what happened to the actual 5th, but that's sad. Anyway, they get a new member, Green Eagle, I think. Doesn't matter. And he does some stuff, and it's a lot of pretty looking stuff, I guess. I'm not going to go into the whole plot because it's quite a bit more involved, and I've kind of really summarized the first part and a good chunk of part 2, so let's move on. Chojin Sentai Jetman Time Flies is a sequel that I don't feel the series really actually needed. I mean, it's not terrible, and the art is pretty darn good, but as far as the plot, it doesn't really live up to what Jetman had said. It really just kind of feels not really necessary. It doesn't really add anything other than tying up a couple loose ends that the series had, but those were loose ends that really didn't need to be tied up. On the whole, make your own decision about whether or not you want to check it out. If you feel interested in checking it out, there are much worse things to read, like the Beetleborgs comic I talked about a few months ago. But there are also much better things to read. So, yeah, so that's Chojin Sentai Jetman Time Flies, the manga. I am also aware that there was a novel series based on the TV series that was written for the more mature audience. and has a lot more graphic scenes for the more mature audience. But I don't really know a whole lot about that outside of what I've just said. So, anyway, with that, this has been a bonus episode of Earth Alien ProtoMet. This has been me, ProtoMet, signing out. See ya!